People, welcome back to Global Happenings. Today, we're so excited to have you again. Finally, Umahi have decided to send some messages across to Tinubu. And also, in another development, something very bad has happened to Ebonyi state government because one of their key officers have been kidnapped and a huge amount of ransom is demanded from the Ebonyi state governor. We're going to be looking at those two news in a jiffy, and we'll also continue with some analysis. Now, according to the news, Ebonyi State Governor Chief David Umahi on Thursday congratulated the presidential candidate of the ruling All Progressive Congress (APC), Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, for emerging victorious in the just concluded primary election of the party. Umahi, who aspired for the seat of the President of Nigeria, lost to Tinubu, who scored a total of 1,271 votes to defeat his rival opponents. In a statement signed and issued to journalists in Abakaliki, the Ebonyi state capital, Umahi vowed to mobilize support and give bulk votes that will ensure Tinubu's victory in the forthcoming 2023 general elections. According to him, he said, I heartily congratulate the presidential candidate of our party, the All Progressive Congress (APC), Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, on his overwhelming victory in the just concluded presidential primary election. Let me assure you that the Ebonyi State chapter of All Progressive Congress and I will support you and all the candidates of our party in the 2023 general elections. Let me equally commend all aspirants and the APC National Working Committee for the smooth conduct of a fair presidential primary elections. Umahi, however, tasked the national leadership of the ruling APC to come together and unite the force to ensure the victory of all the candidates of the party in the country. According to him, he said, I encourage the leaders and members of our party to come together to support the party for a victorious journey in the 2023 election. Meanwhile, in another news, the Ebonyi State government, sorry, I'll take it again, say the Ebonyi State government house cameraman, Mr. Uchenna Nwube, has been reportedly abducted by suspected kidnappers along Okigwe-Aba Enugu Expressway. This development has opened up series of discussions among journalists and staff of the government as to the safety of the abductee. Nwube, who was allowed access to his phone by the kidnappers, told some selected journalists that he was kidnapped on Wednesday at about 7 p.m. According to him, he said, I was kidnapped today, June 8th, while returning to Abakaliki from Aba, and I had some people in my car. Right now, the kidnappers are demanding 50 million naira as ransom, which I do not know how and when I can get such money. Please, I need help. Contacted the spokesperson of the Ebonyi State Police Command, SP Chris Anyanwu, advised the victim to be calm with his abductors. According to him, he said the area the incident occurred is not within our jurisdiction in Ebonyi State. That place is between Imo and Abia. Many are of the opinion that the present administration should mobilize both human and material resources geared towards the release of the abductee, considering his enormous contribution to the development of the state. That's on a very certain note. And this guy is just a cameraman. Whether he is linked to the government or not, you don't expect him to cough out such a huge amount of money. We're going to be coming back to that to discuss the issue of insecurity and why it's becoming very strong in the southeast. But first of all, looking at Ebonyi State governor's reaction towards the victory of Tinubu. But first of all, I want to address this. Now, some persons, there's a video we posted, a lot of people came up and expressed their opinion. And some also lambasted us that we have been bought over and all of that. That's not true. We've not been bought over. We remain very, very objective. And we have every right also to offer our own opinion. But we have to be very frank when looking at when you look at past events, you can use it to deduce what the future will look like, and that is what we really call analysis, taking cognizance of a lot of things before you now draw your conclusion. Now, look at the issue of the Southeast, where they were in APC election. Doesn't mean that they don't have capacity to rule this country. We have a lot of people in the Southeast, and even amongst those who went for that position, there are a lot of them who can perform superbly. But unfortunately, I'll still hammer on this. There was nothing very visible that was done to ensure that reality. There was a time, even the leaders, Afenifere leaders and the others, they were telling all other regions to step aside. But at a point, the Northerners were like, that is not how to play politics. Politics is a game. No matter how much you are being won, the person will not come on board and you now say, listen to me. In this game, I have to win you this one. You have to understand. And then the person will just be looking. It's called a game. It's called a game. So you need to employ skills. You must also look at where you have made mistake in the past and try to, correct it so that at the end of the day you come out superior. No matter how many times Brazil will beat Nigeria in any football game, nobody can go and tell Brazil, you people have been meeting us now. You should allow us to be. So that was why in that previous video I did say that the issue we have, which we have to work on as a southern part of Nigeria, is the issue of structure. Tinubu did not, I personally, I would not support someone whom I know, he may be smart, but is too old to function perfectly for 200 million people with the multiple troubles and problems that we have in this country. I will never and will never vote for such a person because I know to become a president of a country like Nigeria requires so much commitment on the part of whoever that is ruling us. So I wouldn't support someone whom I already know that is a weakling, he doesn't have the strength to carry the people along and all of that. But then, how did he get there? Did he get there by sudden flight? No. There was a structure he put on ground. I could still remember many times ago when he visited the northern part of Nigeria, and the level of reception he had, all of that reception he had boiled down to the fact that he was very instrumental to Muhammadu Buhari being on that. He packaged him and made it possible for him to be in that position. And because of that, he bought their own loyalty, a kind of. But unfortunately, we are not seeing that in the southeast. There's no single political juggernaut that people are following. There's no single political man that Southeasterners are all following. The only person that have shocked Nigeria is actually, the IPOB leader. Despite the fact he's in prison, you see a lot of people still ready to stick their neck for him. That is what I'm talking about. Imagine, for example, Namazi Nnamdi Kanu going for number one position in Nigeria if there was such an opportunity for him to do so. You can imagine the number of people home and abroad that would have voted for him. That is what we are talking about. You need to create a structure and buy people to accept your ideology to a point that they can stick your neck for it. For now, if I must tell you the truth, which it's okay for you to have a different opinion from me. If Peter Obi does not do that, it will be very, very difficult because you just can't trust Nigerians when it comes to the issue of money. Some people are blabbing everywhere. We will support him and all of that. Let money start rolling out now. A lot of people will not say, the next thing they say, what has he really done for us and all of that. So that had been the challenge. Today, we would have been celebrating a Southeasterner in that position because they have the way without. They have the resources, human resources and the likes. But unfortunately, it didn't happen that way. That's the only thing we are saying. We've not been bought over and all of that. I just wanted to correct that impression because a lot of people have come in. They've said a lot of things, which I welcome that. In as much as it doesn't come with insult, we welcome that. All right, back to the issue of the kidnap. I don't know how Ebonyi State government will be able to fix this, because the only way out right now is for proper negotiation to go on, and in the usual way, it's a matter of just paying what they want, reach a consensus with them so that they don't hurt that guy. Number one, the cameraman has a family, I believe so, and he has to also have loved ones who are looking up to the government doing something drastic about it. I pray that the Ebonyi State governor will have everything in that area and possibly do require negotiations with these bandits so that they can be paid. Unfortunately, that guy is just a victim of the system he has found himself. He didn't go to one secret place to go and do anything. He was just driving on the road and that thing happened. He's just a victim. And being a victim at a time like this, the government should be able to salvage him. That's what I like to leave it.